Welcome to our TeamGuru tutorial, how to use our module documents. You can use our documents module to keep all important documentation in one place. The highest added value of this module is that it utilizes the built-in versioning and approval functions. And also you can make sure that all the right people are familiar with the right documents. So let's get started. To use our documents module, you have to click on it on the left side. To create a new document, you first have to just select the folder where you would like to create your document. And then in the right upper corner, click a green plus button to add new document. But for our today's tutorial, instead of creating a new document, we will be using already existing documents to learn more about this module. So let's get started. And here under your folder, you see already existing documents. You are able to check box for including subfolders, which means if torrents would have a subfolder, then you will see documents even for those subfolders. You can work with our show filters feature when you can filter your documents by status, document type, created, and so on. And here you will see that we have different types of your document. You can create different types of your document. Let's say it can be a standard operational procedure. It can be work instructions. And before you create a new document, you need to create this document type. And to do so, you have to go to our Documents module and from the menu, select Document Types. And when you click on document types, you will see the ones that are already existing, and it's very simple to create a new one. You just click on a green plus button in the right upper corner, and here you will see that you just have to complete the title of the type of document and click Save and Return button. And to continue, let's look at one of our documents. And here you see the title of your document, responsible person. You will see that you can work with 4 tabs, document tab, comments, informed employees, and version history. And we will be talking about each tab through our tutorial. Here you will see a simple summary. And when you scroll down, you will see your document, and on the right side, you will see a table of contents of your document. And now when we click on Edit Pencil in the right upper corner and it takes us to our document settings, it's very important to talk first about 3 different options you have and you can choose from how you want to create your document. And it is File Download option, Editable Text, or Work Instruction with Steps. The first option, File Download, you select if you already have a created document somewhere else but in TeamGuru system, and you have an option to save that document as PDF format and download it into our TeamGuru system. And once you do, then you can take advantage of all the documents module functions such as version history, approval process, or inform users with documents. And when you select File Download, you will see now that you have an option to attach your documents. Here you attach your PDF file document, but since you cannot make any modifications in your PDF file document in TeamGuru system, here you have an option to attach your source file in editable format as Word document, Excel file, and so on. And it can be used when creating a new version of your document. So then that new version you can save as a PDF file right here. And the file download document, it will look like this. You will see that you have a button when you can download attached document. And here you will see the document that you just downloaded as a PDF file. Editable text option you choose if you want to create any text document directly in TeamGuru, and you simply just start writing your text in here and using the editing buttons. And from these formatting buttons, I would like to just mention one, and it's this one. And with this paragraph formatting, heading 1, 2, and 3, you are actually determining your table of contents. So let's say that UN system, I will choose that it's a heading 1, testing is heading 2, and testing A is heading 3, and that's the way how you will see it in your table of contents. And the third option, work instruction with steps. Here is the example of this type of document. And here you will see that you can, it is like a structural document when you can create several steps. Each step has its own description, key points, and you can also add photo and video. So when users are working with this document, they can just click on the picture. It will automatically zoom in, and you can also see video. And let's walk through each tab before we go through our approval process and how to inform your employees. Right now we are in the current version tab, and here you will see the document number, version number. This number will be completed automatically, but you can change it if you want to. Status of the document, there can be either draft status, approved, or return. Title of the document is right here. You can also choose internal number if there is any. Document type, from the menu you can choose from all the document types that are created in the system. And here you will select your product from drop-down menu. Products are usually predefined by your system administrator or users who have sufficient role to do so. And to add new products into the system, you would go under the Documents module and under the topic Products. And the next one is Type. Here we talk about the way how you can create your document. You can either create it as a file, download, editable text, or work instruction with steps. And this type of document, work instruction with steps, it's a little bit complex. So we will learn how to create it in different video tutorial. And here from the menu, you will select a person who is responsible for this document. You will choose your approvers. You can select as many as you need to. By clicking this green plus button, you add a new one. And here it's very important to mention that for your document to be considered approved, all these approvers have to approve your document. So it cannot be only one of two, but it needs to be all of them. Here you will also see that you have an option to select dates for validity of your document. And the next option you can choose from is copy inform people from previous version. And this is a nice feature. Let's say that you make some minor changes to your new version, and you don't really need the people who are already familiar with the previous version to get familiar with this one. In that case, you can just check this box, and then system will automatically copy inform people from previous version. You can also add version notes. So let's say that you make any changes to your document. In that case, you can make notes right here, and you can also add attachments. The next step is notification and access. Here you can select document administrators. They are the only ones who can change setting of the document next to the responsible person, and who can also determine access to this document. Here you can choose your document administrators. You can also choose the option if you would like to protect settings of this document, and if you would like to share document with either public or only invited users. And in this step, you will be adding groups of people that needs to be informed about this document. So by clicking this add group button, you will choose the groups. Here I will say you are not choosing a single users. Here you will choose only the groups. So if you need to create any new groups in the system, you have to go in the settings in the right upper corner and create your user group. Next is where to display tab. We are already familiar with this one. Here you will choose the folders that you would like your document to be displayed in. Version history, here you will see the history of all the versions that they were created, dates, approved, draft, and then you can just go and see that document. Related documents tab, you can add any existing or create any new documents that are related to this document. And external sharing, you are able to share this document with the external partners. On the history tab, you will see any kind of modifications to your document. And now you will see that you have several options to choose from. Obviously, archive is if you want to archive your document. Save, you just want to save changes, but you want to keep working in your document settings. And then if you're still not done with your document, you can do save and view also, which means when you save the changes, it will take you back to see the overview of your document. But when you are done and you are ready to send it for approval, you will choose the Save and Send for Approval button. So let's say that we are done with this document and we are ready to send it for approval. So we are going to click on this blue button. And now when the document was sent for approval, all these people will receive an email notification that approval is needed. And since I am one of them, I can also go to my TeamGuru page and I will see it in my newsfeed that my approval is needed. And now you will see that I have another 3 options to choose from. I can either approve the document, so let's see what happens when I click on it. When I click on it, you will see that I have a check mark right next to my name, and then status still hasn't changed to approved because this user has to still approve the document also. Once she approves also, then the status will change to approved. Now the next option is reject. So when I click on reject button, now I will have to select the reason why I'm rejecting this document. Therefore needed. Let's say OK. And now you will see that the status of the document changed to return. So this document has to be again modified before it's sent to a new approval. And of course, all these parties, they will receive all the email notifications and they will see it in their newsfeed. And back to in process option is if you realize that the document needs more modifications before going through the approval process, you can just click on this button and it will take you back to your same version. So once you make any modifications, you can go ahead and send it for approval again. And now we can move on to the next step, comments. Here you can simply add any comments to your document. The following tab, Inform Employees, this is a very important tab. And under this Informed Employees tab, you will either find the group of users that they have to get familiar with this document after this document is approved. And we talk about it when you go to the settings. You add these user groups under Notification Access tab and Add Group. You see there is already one in our document that it's called Manufacturing Management Group. So let's see if they are in there. And then you will see them right here. Or you will see the people from our skill matrix module here that they are required to get familiar with this document. And since our documents module is linked to our skill matrix module, these people from skill matrix will be added automatically under this tab if they are required to get familiar with this document. So here you see the names, here you will see the group or skill matrix, and on the right side you see 2 tabs for each employee, which is Inform tab and Not Needed. So if you are an active user, after the document is approved, you will have an option to click this button, I have read this document. So when I click on it, and I go back, now you will see that Kate Apking was informed with this document and what day and time. And if you are not an active user but you are a passive user, in that case you will be informed about this document by email. And once you get familiar with this document, you are not going to have the same option as active user to click I have read this document button, but you have to inform your document administrator, and your document administrator will click this button on your behalf. So now let's say Lloyd is a passive user and he let me know as a document administrator that he was informed with the document. And now when I click on it, you will see that it indicates that Lloyd was informed with this document. And document administrators also have an option to use and click button not needed. This button is used if you have a group of users that they are required to get familiar with the document, but let's say one or more people from this group don't need to get familiar with this document. It is not required. In that case, document administrator can go into a document setting and just click this button. And when the document administrator clicks this button, now you will see you get the same message that indicates that Michael doesn't need to get familiar with this document and date and the name of the document administrator. Document administrators also have an option to add individual users by clicking this green plus button. But the difference is that this individual user is not going to be informed about this document automatically. When you add this user, it just says that the document administrator informed this employee about the document. So when I add this user, and now when I go back, you will see that Eva was informed about this document by this document administrator and what day and time. And I would like to mention one more feature. You are able to export all this information from your Informed Employees tab into an Excel file. So when you click this button, it will take you to an Excel file. And here you will see all that same information displayed. So you can use it for other office purposes if you need to. And before we move on to our last tab, version history, I would like to go back and then go over employees from the skill matrix, how they get added automatically to this document, and just kind of show you quickly how it works. Let's say this employee John Peters from this skill matrix. This is a live link, so when you click on it, it will take you directly to that skill matrix. I already have it pull up. And here I don't want to get into many details about our skill matrix, but I would like to just point out a few things to explain how it works. And I do highly recommend to watch our other video tutorial for skill matrix. So here just quickly, each skill matrix has its own skills. And each skill can be linked to a document from the system or document in our documents module. And once it is linked with the document from documents module, that's when it is linked automatically the skill matrix to documents or documents to skill matrix. So now let's look at the skill packaging requirements for dangerous materials. So now let's find this skill in the system, and to do so you just have to go skill matrix module, choose skills from the menu. Now I will try to find it, and when I go to the edit, you will see that this skill is linked with this document from our documents module. And once it is linked, whenever you have this skill in your skill matrix, then each person will have it automatically added to their profile. So when I go to John Peters' profile, you will see that it is right here. And since she was already required in the past to get familiar with it, it says status completed. But when I close it, you will see that this red triangle indicates that John Peters needs to get familiar with the document or its new version. So in her case, since she was already familiar with that document, now she has to get familiar with the new versions that we just created. So let's try to go to Alex Ismail's profile. So now let's say that we decided that Alex has to get familiar with this document. In that case, we need to check this box. We need to make a request and close it. And now you will see that Alex has a training request to level required. And you will see this red triangle that she needs to get familiar with the document. So when I click on that red triangle, it will take me to that profile, and when I click on this document, it is automatically linked to our document. And now when I go to the tab Inform Employees, and under that we should be able to find her right here, and there she is. And now we can go over our last step, version history. Here you will get the quick summary, how many versions were created, their titles, what day they were created, status. You can view them and you can also edit. If I click this edit pencil for the last version, you will see that I'm not able to modify any information. The only information I can modify at this point is the validity of this document, and I can change the date either here or use this extend by 1 year feature. And if I need to make any more modifications, in that case I need to create a new version. And when I click this create a new version button, in that case the whole process starts all over again. The document will have to be approved. People will be informed about the new version. And before we finish our video tutorial today, I would like to go back and talk a little bit more about our filters feature in our documents module. And I've already talked briefly about our filters feature at the beginning of this video tutorial, when you have to choose the folder where you would like to see all the existing documents. You can also check the box option for including subfolders. And once you click on show filters, you will see the how you can sort your document. So you can sort it by status, document type, created change, and so on. They are pretty self-explanatory, but I would like to talk a little bit more about this acknowledgement status option. And here you will see that you have an option either check and filter the documents by at least one person not informed. And this option is for the documents administrator, so when they click on it, it will give them the list of documents that at least one person hasn't been informed about the document, with the document yet. And document administrators, they have two options how they would like to view filters of the documents. They can either see it from here, or they can go to our documents module and select acknowledgement status. And now it will take them to this quick overview. Of course, they can use the filters here if they need to. And here you will see the list of documents, and here on the right side you will see the user groups that they were used at least in one of these documents. And you will see that, for example, this group and this document, there are still some people missing to confirm they are informed about the document. Green button that shows that this group is familiar with the document, and then the third option is the cross, which means the document is not relevant to this group. But you have an option to change that in case you decide that you would like this external partners group to get familiar with this document. In that case, you can just click from this view and you can click yes, is the document relevant to this group, and confirm. And now this group will have to get familiar with this document also. And once again, you can even change it back, say no, and confirm. So you are able to change it from here, and you don't need to go directly to a document, which is a nice feature. And when I go back, I would like to talk about another option, and that is my acknowledgement missing. So if I am an active user and I'm logging to my account and I will select this option, then I will see all the documents that I'm supposed to get familiar with, but my acknowledgement is still missing. And the next option, how you can filter your document, is when you choose option people to be informed, and then if you select the employee from the menu, now it will show you all the documents regardless the status that these employees has to be informed with. And the last option, uninformed person, once again you can select the employee from the menu, and then it will show you the list of all the documents that the person is not familiar with yet. And when I go to our documents module and look at the drop down menu, today we went over documents, acknowledgement status, and document types. And all these following options, we will be talking about them in our next video tutorial, when we are also going to learn how to create a document as a working instruction steps type. And this should be it for today's video tutorial. If you have any questions or need any assistance, please don't hesitate to contact us at support@teamguru.com. We would be very happy to hear from you.